Welcome back to Spotlight Over the City, you guys. You guys having a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So we got our +1 in the building today, and this guy is amazing, man. He got so many accolades. We'll be all day doing that. So I'll just get right to it. Film producer, hip hop pioneer, I call him the ghost of Hollywood. This young man is, when they call, he picks up the phone. This man makes things work. They just did a big function that turned DC into LA, Hollywood. It was something that we hadn't seen before. It was all thanks to this man right here to my right. So let's give it up for my main man, Terk Stevens in the building.
Thank you
Terk,
for having me.
Welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
You are a mover and a shaker, brother. You are a humble brother. You do so many things that we don't even know. Most people don't know what you do. They just know you do a lot. And you do that. You brought us The Best Man, which was so bomb, man, at Howard.
Thank you.
It was amazing. So let's start there. The Best Man.
Oh, man.
How did you get involved and how long ago
I
did this
started
happen?
with The Best Man with Malcolm Lee, man, in '99 when it first came out. And my affiliation with it was, Malcolm and I, Malcolm studied under his cousin, Spike, and I studied under Spike's business partner, a gentleman by the name of Monty Ross. And we crossed paths several times, and Monty coming over to 40 Acres and a Mule. And I went by the set. A buddy of mine, I'm always encouraging people for the arts. And a friend of mine was into still photography, and I said, his name was Al Pollard out of Brooklyn. And I was like, man, you should get into video photography. And he did his first job as a cameraman or assistant was a Maxwell video. So we get on the set, and then, Morris walks in, Malcolm walks in. I'm like, what's going on? And he said, this is for my film. It was the first single for his movie. I said, what film is that? He said, The Best Man. I said, that's you? And he said, yeah. I said, I got you. Let me market, let me promote that film for you. And we never looked back. Everything that Malcolm has done, man, I've always been supportive, and especially when it came to this, I helped do the premiere for it, the first one. Outside of LA, I did it in Michigan, at Michigan State. And whenever The Best Man comes through, man, I'm always involved with helping to make sure it gets the recognition that it gets on the ground level. My original placement of hip hop and street marketing and promotion, which is now, that's what everybody does now, is something I never forgot, man. And I just said, no, and on this final chapter, I got to do a final run with it. And that's what we did. I did Detroit, and I did here.
Wow.
So we locked in and binge watched it. And when I say we locked in and binge watched it, it was amazing. We thought it was dope, the way it was put together. Yep. So you came here. The premiere was at Howard.
The Howard Theater, man. It was something. It was, shockingly, what my purpose is to make sure that people receive proper information and receive the information properly. That's important. Proper information and receiving information properly. So for me, I know the DMV area was something that's most important for me, and I just knew, I said, look, I want to be able to bring something that was very, very important to the culture. This project was something that's important to the culture. And Peacock, it wasn't on the radar. They look at Atlanta, they look at LA, they look at other markets, and I said, no, and I thank Malcolm and Morris for fighting for me for that, man. They were like, look, Terk has got to get this film, and that's what I did. So I wanted to make sure I came, and I had all of the relevant people, influencers come out so that we can continue to promote these kind of platforms and to be able to promote this type of entertainment. And that's what I did, man. We had 600 people packing in standing room only.
600 people, but let's talk about the relevance of the people that you had to come out, because they came out on your name. Regina Hall.
Yes.
Your man Mo, he say Mo. He called me tomorrow. Yeah, I told him Mo. I'm like, who the hell is Mo? Morris Chestnut,
yes.
a.k.a. Mo. He came out. Who else?
Malcolm Lee came out.
Malcolm Lee. All of these people, right?
And my man Chris Spencer, I got to give him credit. He's the ultimate host. Chris
you guys
always
hosted
living.
it. Yeah, he hosted it. Did
it was
bomb
a phenomenal premiere, man. I was very excited. And DC showed up, man. The DMV showed up.
It was beautiful. I even saw, anytime I see Larissa Bates, then I know it's happening.
She came in from New York, yeah.
She came in, right? I saw her. Shout out to her for BET. I saw all these people there, so it was star-studded. It looked like L.A. or Miami.
It looked like D.C.
It looked like D.C.
DMV.
now. It looked like D.C.
DMV.
when Terk put his hands on it. So I want to say thank you for what you did for the city. And how does that look going forward?
Well, in my conversation with Malcolm, man, Peacock had record-breaking numbers, so I want to thank everybody who binge-watched it and continue to watch it. The job was done. We wanted to make sure that, people saw it and Peacock is satisfied and Comcast is satisfied. And, just thanking my sponsors, Comcast, Care First, Peacock, and Industrial Bank. B. Doyle Mitchell and my partner DeLon Giga back there, man, with Good Ground, Good Life. You know, we just really did a great job, man.
Yes,
Great
y'all
job.
did.
I
Yes,
told you
y'all
when I saw you, I
did.
say Turk, because you was looking a little nervous at first. I say Turk, because I know when you orchestrating something, you want it to go how you go. Just like I'm here right now on this set.
Yes, sir.
My team is amazing here. But you
Yes.
always wanted things to go how you wanted to go. And that's
Yes.
how you look. When I saw you, like, I wanted to go how
I was locked in.
you
I
was
was
locked
in.
all the
I'm
way
always
in. You
locked
didn't see nothing. But when I say it was amazing. So going forward, I want to talk about a little bit about who Turk is outside of that. So can we play a clip real quick? I don't know which one goes first. Whichever one, let me know, and then we'll talk about that. Is it the one with?
Just tell them which one you want.
Okay, let's talk about the one with Tank first. Let's run that clip, and then we'll talk about it.
And our friend
We'll
Terk
be right back.
drove a couple hours.
A good friend Turk, he took me to his doctor in Silver Springs, and they just, kind of lightly diagnosed me. And
What was
Hey, so they just showed a clip, right? This Tank talking about you. When they speak about you, it's weird because they speak about you as though you just like some superhero that shows up. So what happened was Tank came to the city. He was with you.
He was doing
I'll let you tell
we
it.
was doing the movie Big 50. Tank was one of the stars in the film, and on his last day, we were in the car, and he was supposed to fly back to L.A. And he was like, "Man, my ear, I think I got an ear infection." And I said, "An ear infection? You can't fly." He said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Dude, you can't get on no plane. You're gonna lose your hearing permanently." And he said, "You serious?" I said, "Dude, if it's an ear infection, dude, we gotta get this checked out." So I just called my doctor up in Silver Spring and took him up there, man, and we just got it taken care of.
That's
Just
right.
like that.
Yeah.
So you were what you don't know though, well maybe you know, but a lot of people may not know that if he would have taken that flight, it could have caused him some permanent damage, and it probably would have.
Yeah, I mean, look, it would have been painful.
Painful.
It would
to
have
say
been
the
painful.
least.
It would have
Yeah.
been painful, yes.
And so then I have another clip of another friend of yours. So you show up in so many circles. That's why I call you the ghost of Hollywood. He's the plug. And I don't know if you guys know that, but I promise you,
I can't see these clips.
Turk makes it happen. So we'll be right back. I'm going to show you the next clip of Sherry Shepard and another one of his friends. He showed up in this clip, and I was like, what the hell? Sherry Shepard. So we'll be right back. Spotlight.
started driving at
This is
3
so-
a.m. It was dark and
That
it was
was
snowing
crazy. That
in
was crazy.
Boston.
Yeah, super crazy.
And our friend Terk drove a couple
back?
hours.
Back.
Okay. So in that clip, Sherry was talking about a snowstorm.
Dude, Sherry did a fundraiser for me in Boston, and we were just in and out. We got in. We were up all night. She was doing her show and other things. It was Sunday night. She had to be on the show the next day at 7 in the morning. So we did the event in Boston, and then all of a sudden snow hit, and then we had to leave. We were flying out that night, man, around 10 o'clock that night, and basically the flight got canceled.
Okay.
And once it got canceled, we were like, how are we gonna get there? So she, if you've seen the clip, she told the entire story. So we had to drive. We had to get a rental car like 2 o'clock in the morning, and so I got the truck. I went out. I went to Hertz. She
So
went
you had to
somewhere.
find a rental car at 2 o'clock.
24 hours, man. We checked Uber. Uber will not do anything over $1,000, like $999. They won't touch it. So we try everything possible. And I got Hertz. I got the Suburban, and I'm horrible. I'm a horrible driver that night. Everybody would tell
So
you.
you're not the one. for
I'm
driver.
not the one, but what happened was Sherry was like, we gotta stop at a McDonald's somewhere. So I said, I'm gonna go in and hit this Sprite. I haven't had soda in years, but I figured it was so cold. I got out without my coat, and that wind hit me, and it woke me up. So I took us from Boston to Connecticut. Then once we got to Connecticut,
Now this is from 2 o'clock.
oh my
Y'all start
goodness.
driving 2 in the morning.
Yeah, 2:30. I got to Connecticut, and then Sherry was like, I'm gonna drive right. He was like, no, I got it, and I fell into a coma in the back seat. And the funny thing about it was when I woke up, we got to the studio. All of a sudden, all the doors flew open. All our handlers and security, the line was wrapped around the corner from the audience, and they jumped in and snatched everything, and then closed the door. And I woke up like, I felt like a lonely, cheap date. You know what I'm saying? I felt
So
like
they left you in the truck.
well, I just woke up and it was like the night was over, like the pumpkin, the glass slipper turned into a pumpkin. I was like Cinderella. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was
Cinderella.
Cinderella, man. I was like, wow, lonely.
Yeah, and you done made it happen. Like you the one put it all together.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was
So
great.
shout out to Sherry Shepard. And so when she told that story on her show, I was just like, wow.
I was shocked that she told it, man.
Yeah,
Yep.
she say my friend Turk. I say Turk is friends with everybody.
Yeah, Turk is
And
the
so I
plug.
promise you, everybody in Hollywood loves Turk. They consider him a friend. And so that just means you're a good guy and you do what you say.
But most importantly, man, what I want to be known for, man, is getting things done, right? You know, my running joke when I was in high school, I was a senior class president. Vote for Terk, the man that makes it all work. That was my thing.
Vote for Terk, the man that makes it all work.
I really am intentional about making sure that people are getting information properly, just like what we just talked about. For me, coming back to the DMV area, I came back here because my mother needed a kidney, and I donated a kidney to my mom, and I decided I wasn't going to leave. Whatever I was doing in LA, I knew I could make it happen here, and I wanted to make sure that when we talk about mentors and mentoring, it's important because that's why I'm where I am today, between Monty Ross and other people. And so being able to, with Chuck West, man, and with Octech, when we sat down and Chuck had he had a vision, and I always talk about this vision. He was like, Terk, we have to be intentional about being able to create content here. And that was the one thing that was important. So I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. And I've been a part of that renaissance, like in the late 80s and mid 90s when Elgin Genuine and other artists. And when I signed my record deal, a lot of artists was coming through here and created and had an international platform. So for me, I believe this. I know for a fact, not even believe, I know for a fact the same thing can happen in terms of film and television. And that's what I'm doing right now in terms of development. My company is Terk Entertainment Group for a reason. It's a group effort. It's a collective. And everything I do, I work with everybody. I work with Tressa, DeMarco and I talked about a couple of things. You know, Chuck, I work with everybody. I'm open to receive to make this all ships rises with the tide.
Yeah.
So that is what I want to be known for. I want to be known for the brother who really gets it done and gets it done in the right way. And I'm going to make sure that it gets done where you're elevated. Like, you know, I'm no cheap date. I'm not. So you got to come correct. No, seriously, you got to come correct. When you come to me, you can't come with this half-ass stuff and you're not prepared. So I'm teaching people how to be properly prepared.
That's a good thing. And I like how you said that because you've been on my line for a while, and I knew that you knew a lot of people. And I purposely, like, you gave me, a lot of people may not know, nobody knows this, so I'll say this publicly while you're here. I was talking to Terk about my film, and we were in the middle of the talk. And he said, that's it right there, right? Mm-hmm. In the middle of the talk. And I was like, what? He said, that's your film title. I had already titled my movie. It was already in my head. Without him, he's such a gentleman. He didn't want to say that's a whack title or that's a book title or that's not a movie title, which I got when he said it. But what he said was, that's your title. And it's called So Far Removed.
Yep.
Terk is the reason why my movie is called So Far Removed. Man, this is how much influence that Terk Stevens has on people. It just was a general comment. Y'all can clap it up for that. Yeah, for sure.
And it hit. See, what people have to understand is that when you create, it's not entertainment. This is not entertainment. This is real, purposeful information. When you write a script, your characters are real. These actors are playing real people. And you have to convey that. And you can tell the difference between those that make something believable. Even in music. People have to understand about the music industry, man. Music is the only art that's given away before you even buy it. Think about that. It hits you so much. You're connected with it so much that you need to have it and you go out and purchase it. The same thing with art. That's what art is. It's a reflection of real life. So when it speaks to you, not when you speak to it, it speaks to you, you then have to turn around and then make it manifest itself. And through that manifestation, we got to get down to the bare knuckles of the business. And I tell people, I need you to answer these three questions. One of these three questions: are you doing it for love? Are you doing it for fun? Or are you doing it for money? And if you can answer that truly to yourself, you have the sense of direction. Mm-hmm. Love, the Greek derivative, I think, with love is amateur, right? That's where amateur comes from. The word is amateur. It's for love. So you're not expecting to make any money from it. It's just with something that you love. When you're doing it for a hobby, okay, sometimes, every now and then. But if you're doing it for money, that's pro, the word pro, the derivative pro, professional, then there should be nothing that you don't do to get the job done. I don't want to hear it. You accept this job and you didn't accept it for the price that you wanted. You have to be on point with your position.
That's it.
You decided, you thought you were going to get over, say, I'm going to take a little bit of pay now. You have to deliver. So you can answer those questions. You have a pathway to your success. Stop lying, because a lot of people come up, man, and whenever somebody come to me, I want you to listen to me clearly. When you walk up to me and tell me you want to be an actor, I don't believe you. I really don't believe you. A lot of people want to be famous. See, my thing is this. If ever you could just pay your bills on time, what you're doing, you're successful.
You are successful.
You are successful. So if you're an actor in a community theater and you can pay your bills or make it $50,000 a year, you're doing well. If you're a piano player playing in a bar in a hotel and you can pay your bills on time, you're doing well. A lot of y'all want to be famous, and I ain't here for that bullshit. I'm not.
That's not the one.
Because this is a business that I love. I wake up every day doing something I love. So just because you was a hot homecoming queen and a homecoming king don't mean you're going to make it. Because L.A. will turn you upside down on your head. Because when you get out there, there's some monsters out there. There's some fine women out there. There's some good-looking brothers out there, and they will turn you on your head. They come every day. Every year, somebody turns 18, man.
Yeah.
Every year.
Every year, somebody turns 18.
So what would you advise that person that's coming from the DMV? This is not LA, so it doesn't have that prominent feel for Hollywood. We're not noted to be able to launch from here. How would you tell them to get involved with film if they are actors and they have perfected their craft? How would they go about getting in the film industry?
Well, I got to correct you a little bit here, man. This ain't Hollywood, but we doing it here.
We are.
We doing it here.
For sure.
We are successful. You know, what we're doing, the projects that I'm working on with Tressa, with Octec, with Megamind, with Cadell. There are a lot of people that you may not even know about that are doing great work. There's some other brother, I forgot the brother, him and his sisters out there in LA right now. They got a series.
Yeah, Crystal Gibson and my main man.
Yeah, Gibson.
Yeah, that's family.
So there is a lot of work here. You just got to do the work. You got to go to PG College, go to Bowie State, go to Howard, go anywhere to take classes.
Yeah, Terrell Entertainment.
I'm serious. You just got to do the work. We are here. As a matter of fact, Chuck and Bree, Octec just did, today was the first day on set, production for the next project. So there's
Shout
a
out
lot
to
of
Chuck
work
and
that's
Bree.
here. So you don't necessarily have to leave and go anywhere, but you need to show up correctly. You need to show up ready to work, and you need to show up as a professional. That's the key. So, I created a platform called This Business of Entertainment, and that's exactly what it's about. It's about informing and teaching people about the business of entertainment.
I love it.
I love it. You got a question?
I don't. You've covered everything. I've just been enjoying sitting here talking to you, listening to
Well, it's a lot
y'all.
of things that Terk could talk about. It's a lot of things that we didn't cover. We'll be here all day trying to cover Terk. But I want to ask Terk something. This is off the beat. I want to give people a personal feel for Terk.
Yes.
You got 1 hour, Terk. You just closed a big deal, right? Mm-hmm. You're feeling good. You got one artist that you can put in your deck. You can't change. It could be a group, or it could be a single artist. One artist. It could be R&B, hip hop, gospel, rap. I don't care what it is. Who you listening to?
One
One artist, 1 hour.
Oh, Donny Hathaway.
Yes.
Easy one. That was an
Bingo.
easy one.
Donny Hathaway.
That's your favorite artist?
He's one of my. Luther Vandross. It's a tie between Donnie and Luther Vandross. So, but it depends on what it is. Donnie brings out the emotion, but Luther sets the tone, man.
Sets the tone, yeah.
Yeah, and he was
So
the
I
one that
like
started me on my
both.
trajectory as a singer.
I like that choice.
You didn't even have to think about it.
Donny
Donny
Hathaway.
Hathaway.
Donny Hathaway.
I love it.
So you don't have anything
I
else?
love it.
Terk,
I
you want
love
to
it.
touch on anything else before you get out of here, man? You want to tell the audience anything at all?
I mean, look, at the end of the day, man, I just want you all to be prepared to come to work. If this is what you want to do, if this is what you want to make your career out of, do your due diligence. You can reach me at TerkEntertainmentGroup.com. I spell Terk, T-E-R-K. My real name is Tarek, so shout out to Darren Henson, man. For years, when I left New York and came down here, your name is Eric and Derek. People call you Erk and Dirk.
Eric
so
and
that's
Dirk.
how, that's how I got the name Terk.
Terk.
And for years, when I got my record deal with the group, I just kept it. And then Darren Henson was like, man, your name is Tarek. You got to honor that. So what Tarek represents. So I went back to it. So, but I always used the letters in my name, T-A-R-E-K. So when you spell Terk, that's why I spell it T-E-R-K. So TerkEntertainmentGroup.com, man. You can reach out to me. And we're here about the business. Also, our nonprofit, goodgroundgoodlife.org. We're doing a lot of great work there, man. One of the things that we're really proud of. Look, I tell people all the time, we just want a quarter of your time. We have a partnership with the Commandos. Commandos.
I know.
I know, right?
It's hard to break that habit, right?
I know, right? So we do Loads of Love, which is something that DeLon created, man. Where there were a lot of young people who went to school, they just didn't have clean clothes, so we adopt laundromats, man, and we wash people's clothes for free, man. And
I love it.
And so right now we're just making some transitions with serious outreach in the VR space. So we're very proud of that.
This is what I mean by a dope brother. This is the
Yes.
stuff that you stand for. This shows what character is.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I appreciate you for being Terk Stevens. Hey, y'all give it up one
Y'all
more time.
give
for
it
my
up.
man, Terk.
Terk Stevens! Yes. Y'all ready for Thailand?
Y'all ready for the closer?
We're going to catch up with him, and we've got some, he's got some good.
He's fire, y'all. So y'all be
Yes.
ready, and we'll be right back. Spotlight over the city.